Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern, the first transcontinental railroad in America, in a groundbreaking move that could reshape the landscape of American transportation. Union Pacific Corporation and Norfolk Southern Corporation have announced their plan to establish the first transcontinental railroad in the United States. This ambitious initiative will connect over 50,000 miles of rail across 43 states, linking the East Coast to the West Coast and integrating around 100 ports along the way. The implications of this merger are profound, promising to revolutionize the U.S. supply chain, bolster American manufacturing, and create new economic opportunities while safeguarding union jobs. As part of this agreement, Union Pacific will acquire Norfolk Southern through a combination of stock and cash, valuing Norfolk Southern at $320 per share based on Union Pacific's stock price from July 16, 2025. This acquisition represents a 25% premium over Norfolk Southern's average stock price over the preceding 30 days, culminating in an enterprise value of $85 billion for Norfolk Southern and a combined enterprise value exceeding $250 billion. Jim Vena, the CEO of Union Pacific, emphasized the historical significance of railroads in America, stating, "Railroads have been an integral part of building America since the Industrial Revolution, and this transaction is the next step in advancing the industry." He painted a vivid picture of the potential efficiencies, such as transporting steel from Pittsburgh to California or moving agricultural products across the country. Vena noted that railroads are responsible for moving a vast array of goods, underscoring their critical role in the economy. The Union Pacific Transcontinental Railroad aims to enhance connectivity, strengthen communities, and foster a more competitive America. Both companies are committed to ensuring that every union employee who desires a position in the new entity will have one. The merger aspires to set a new standard for safety in North American railroads while delivering the reliable service that customers depend on. By minimizing delays and expanding intermodal services, the combined company will offer faster and more efficient freight solutions, ultimately reducing highway congestion and the wear on public roads. Currently, Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern invest approximately $5.6 billion each year in infrastructure and innovation. Mark George, CEO of Norfolk Southern, echoed the sentiment of progress, stating, "Norfolk Southern, like Union Pacific, is a railroad integral to the U.S. economy, with a storied 200-year legacy of serving customers across 22 states in the eastern half of the nation." He expressed confidence that the merger would enhance the capabilities of both companies, allowing them to better serve the American economy now and in the future. Vena further elaborated on the transformative nature of this merger, calling it a win for the American economy, customers, and employees alike. He noted that this initiative builds upon President Abraham Lincoln's vision for a transcontinental railroad, a dream that has been in the making for nearly 165 years. The merger is expected to enhance competition, benefiting customers, communities, and employees while also delivering value to shareholders. Benefits for all stakeholders. The Union Pacific Transcontinental Railroad is poised to unlock numerous advantages. For America, boosting U.S. freight competitiveness. The railroad will enhance the efficiency of freight transport, competing more effectively with Canadian railroads to reclaim U.S. freight volume and jobs. Strengthening the economy. By improving rail connections in less efficient regions, such as the Ohio Valley, the merger will create a more accessible and sustainable supply chain for manufacturers and consumers. Facilitating global trade. With access to 10 international interchanges and around 100 ports, the railroad will enhance international trade routes and increase access to U.S.-made products. For safety. Prioritizing employee safety. The new company will focus on ensuring the safety of all employees and the communities in which it operates. Leveraging technology for safety improvements. Advanced technologies will be utilized to predict in-train forces and quickly identify potential mechanical and track issues. For service. Streamlined customer experience. Customers will benefit from a seamless, single-line service that improves transit times by eliminating unnecessary delays. Enhanced business operations. A unified system will allow customers to receive quick rate quotes and track shipments in real time, optimizing their supply chains. Strengthened partnerships, and U.S. ports will gain access to a more integrated rail network, reducing delays and expanding market reach. For the workforce, job security and growth. Union employees from both companies will have job opportunities in the new entity, with anticipated growth in rail volume leading to additional employment in local communities. Preserving high-quality jobs. Railroad employees are among the best compensated workers in the U.S., enjoying generous retirement plans and top-tier healthcare benefits. For communities, investing in community development. The companies plan to invest $300 million in philanthropic initiatives from 2020 to 2025, focusing on workforce development and safety programs. Aiming for zero incidents. The goal is to eliminate incidents involving trains and pedestrians, with extensive training provided to first responders. For shareholders, creating shareholder value. The merger is expected to generate over $30 billion in potential value through synergies, benefiting shareholders significantly. Chapter Path to Completion. The establishment of the Union Pacific Transcontinental Railroad is seen as overwhelmingly beneficial to the public interest, enhancing competition in the industry. The companies plan to submit their application to the Surface Transportation Board, STB, within 6 months, detailing how the merger will improve service and competition. Both companies' boards have unanimously approved the transaction, which is pending STB review, customary closing conditions, and shareholder approval. The target date for closing the deal is early 2027. Transaction details and financial impact. Under the agreement, Norfolk Southern shareholders will receive 1 share of Union Pacific stock and $88.82 in cash for each share of Norfolk Southern. This translates to an implied total enterprise value of $85 billion for Norfolk Southern. Union Pacific will issue approximately 225 million shares to Norfolk Southern shareholders, granting them a 27% stake in the combined company and allowing them to benefit from future growth and synergies. The deal includes a $2.5 billion reverse termination fee and will be financed through a mix of new debt and existing cash. Upon closing, the combined entity will maintain a robust balance sheet with a debt-to-EBITDA ratio of about 3.3 times, ensuring a balanced approach to capital allocation. The pro forma combined company is projected to generate revenues of around $36 billion, with an EBITDA of approximately $18 billion and a free cash flow of $7 billion. The transaction is anticipated to positively impact Union Pacific's adjusted earnings per share in the second full year post-closing. Leadership and governance. Jim Vena will serve as the CEO of the merged company, with a commitment to remain in this role for at least 5 years. Both companies will continue to operate independently until the transaction is finalized, after which 3 directors from Norfolk Southern are expected to join the Union Pacific board. The headquarters will be located in Omaha, Nebraska, while Atlanta, Georgia will remain a key operational hub focusing on technology and innovation. Advisors. Union Pacific has enlisted Morgan Stanley Co. LLC and Wells Fargo as financial advisors, with Skadden, Arps, Slate, Meagher Flom LLP providing legal counsel. Norfolk Southern is advised by BofA Securities and Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen Katz, with Sidley Austin LLP handling regulatory matters. Conference call information. A joint investor conference call will be held on July 29th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time to discuss the announcement. Interested parties can access the call via the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern websites. Conclusion. This merger represents a significant step forward in the evolution of rail transport in the United States, promising to enhance efficiency, safety, and economic growth. As this story unfolds, what are your thoughts on the potential impacts of this monumental agreement? Do you believe it will truly benefit all stakeholders involved, or are there concerns that need to be addressed? Share your opinions in the comments. The rail mega merger that could transform American supply chains. Imagine a single business move that could completely reshape how goods travel across America. That's exactly what's at stake with the rumored mega merger between Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern, an alliance that could revolutionize U.S. supply chains as we know them. But here's where the debate heats up. While the potential for transformation is massive, the obstacles and possible fallout are equally huge. Every field has its legends. In Silicon Valley, the so-called PayPal mafia reigns supreme, and on Wall Street, many investors can trace their roots back to icons like Julian Robertson or Michael Milken. In the world of railroads, there's a name spoken with similar respect: E. Hunter Harrison. Harrison, who passed away in 2017, was at the helm of 3 out of 6 major Class I railroads during his career. He's best remembered for championing precision railroading, a method for scheduling trains more efficiently that has now become the industry's gold standard. His followers have climbed high in the rail business, their influence woven into the fabric of today's operations. So why all the buzz about Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern joining forces? On paper, the merger makes perfect sense. With Union Pacific commanding vast western routes and Norfolk Southern operating key lines in the east, a union between them would create a logistics juggernaut, one capable of spanning the entire continent. Their combined network could dramatically streamline freight movement, reduce cargo handoffs, and perhaps drive down costs for thousands of businesses. And this is the part most people miss. It isn't just shippers and manufacturers who would feel the impact. Consumers could ultimately benefit from smoother supply chains, potentially faster delivery times, and more reliable access to goods. Imagine a world where America's shelves are never empty because freight rarely gets stuck en route. It's a tantalizing vision. But is it realistic? But here's a controversial twist. The merger would also be messy. Combining two giants isn't simple. There are regulatory hurdles to clear, fights over antitrust and competition, and the ever-present risk of layoffs or station closures that could affect communities across the country. Critics argue that such a merger could quash competition, driving up freight rates or eroding service quality for smaller customers. Is consolidation really the best way to achieve progress? Or does it simply empower already dominant players? Which side do you land on? Do you think this merger would usher in a new era of efficiency and prosperity? Or are the risks too great for America's railways and its people? Are we witnessing a smart solution to modern supply chain headaches? Or could we be steamrolling into a future with less choice and higher costs? Share your thoughts and join the conversation. We want to hear your take on this transformative and, yes, controversial chapter in American business.